Welcome back to some more Dimir with Faerie Mastermind. Pretty much the same list as the previous video, with a few key changes that actually really improved the deck. And honestly, from the original list that I based the deck off of, playing the Invasions for 3 mana, it does seem like the Graveyard Trespasser is just a better card to have in the 3-drop slot, which was something I was talking about already when I was playing the deck. But the invasion is already really good, so you're only improving the deck from good to slightly better. But that's still an improvement, and it's something that is fairly obvious because Graveyard Trespasser is absolutely disgusting as a 3-drop. So there you have it. There's 2 Graveyard Trespasser in the main deck, and there's 1 more in the sideboard as well. Other than that, I think it's exact same list main deck. Oh, there is a second Edict. I don't remember what I cut for it. I think it was the Go for Throat. Yeah, there was 1 Edict for Go for Throat. Now there's 2 Edict. 3 Go for Throat. With the previous build included, since this is version 2, we are currently 12-2 in best of 3, which is a fantastic record. It does seem like this deck has some incredibly good matchups, and most of the time it does seem like Kaito and Lily. I would say the 3-drop Planeswalkers are the ones that are really making or breaking some matchups. If you draw them against control, for example, if you draw Kaito against control, you're cruising. If you draw a Lily against a creature deck, you're cruising, and even against control, you're cruising. Like, these cards, even against aggro, Kaito's good. Like, the fact that these 3-drop Planeswalkers are almost a no downside 3-drop with a potential upside that is ginormous is just something that really gives Dimir the edge in like pretty much every game, as long as you draw these cards on turn 3, pretty much. And if it's the best play that you can make, because sometimes you might not want to play them, but still, these cards are amazing. Anyways, I don't have that much to talk about for the main deck. The sideboard, I think, has changed a little bit as well. Oh yeah, now we are working with 2 Path of Peril, 1 Deluge, and I'm definitely considering going up another sweeper just because of the enchantment matchup, which is your most difficult matchup, and pretty much your only bad matchup, I would say, with this deck. It's not terrible because obviously you have a ton of spot removal, and you can kind of easily just go up on card advantage against them as long as they're running a list that is relatively standard. And once you get one of these sweepers down, they just kind of completely crumble, and then you just win the game with either a shield red or like or the fairies. Exactly, you have 2 like main ways to finish off the game. Trespasser can also win the game if you're on the play and you go for like a very aggressive line of play where you just remove Trespasser, remove the next card, start swinging with Trespasser, finish off the game with shield red or Faerie Mastermind, or with Kaito as well, where you just keep pushing the damage with the creature and you destroy something as well. I got another underdog as well. Something that I was theory crafting, or that I was theorizing, was this deck really benefits from 4 underdogs, but I just cannot find the slots for them, especially not in the main deck. I just can't figure out what to touch because this main deck feels really solid as it is. I don't really want to move things around. It's really working well. I don't think it's warranted to play the 4 underdogs since they're always going to be good, but where they really shine is against control decks, Sunfall deck specifically, because since they'll be blitzing, they can't really sweep them off the battlefield. And they're very insane with Lily, which is kind of the main reason to play the underdogs. Lily levels up the underdog to like unseen power, really. It's just incredible to have a Lily plus discard underdog and next turn blitz underdog. Keep plussing, you're losing nothing basically, and your opponent is discarding a card every turn. And you're gaining 3 damage. It's just a really devastating card advantage, and that combo really wants 4 underdog, or I guess at least 3/3. I would say 3/3 is the sweet spot, which is where we're at. But I'm really looking for 4 because the card is just degenerate in some matchups, and really wants. I'm trying to fit a 4th one, but so far it doesn't seem like I need it. It just seems like it would make some matchups a little bit better to have the 4th one. Second Kaito, I don't remember if this was in the original list. It was. It's been in and out of the deck, but I mean, when I see Kaito in action, sometimes I'm like, yeah, this card is degenerate. I need another one. Like sometimes it is quite legitimately the only card that can pull you out of some situations, and that is something special for a 4-drop, and I think it deserves a second slot just for the fact that it does things that no other card can do in that spot for 4. Mostly the +1 of can't attack or block, and then you attack with a creature, you bring that creature back into your hand, you make like a 2/2 death touch, so it's protecting itself from other hasters or something, and then you play that creature again, like usually your 2 drops, your Fairy Mastermind. I don't know, this card can get out of hand very quickly, and the fact that it has draw a card as well is really threatening against control decks as well, so you can make like a 2/2 and then 0 draw a card. Like, it gets out of hand very quickly, and every matchup this card is pretty much gonna do something good. But yeah, I think that's about it, right? I did cut a whack for something. Maybe it was the underdog. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, either way, 12-2. That's like 86% win rate. Pretty impressive. Um, yeah, as long as you dodge like the enchantment matchup, and even again, I'm preparing for the enchantment matchup. It's not like we have nothing. The 2 paths into Deluge do really well if you draw them. The question is, are you going to draw them? And sometimes you don't draw them. In that case, you probably want more sweepers, but it's difficult to balance out the sideboard too, because enchantments are not all over the place since they get absolutely owned by control decks. So yeah, either way, that's gonna do it for me, and I hope you enjoy the matches. Gotta get the bug out the way. All right. Well, that's probably why I need the other trespasser. No Kumano though. Ooh, would have loved that last turn instead of the land, but can't get everything. Would be too easy. Damn. Definitely not the Definitely not my favorite position to be in, but you know, can't get everything you want. That was a good draw though. Gives me a small chance. They sent a lot of damage into that.
I won't let Kamigawa. Now, what do we have here?
Hmm. Not the best situation really, but eh. Ooh. Okay. Guess they just don't have anything. All right, now we have things. Many things. Good things, bad things, medium things. Yeah, I would definitely tend to cut this if I had the choice. Also, make disappear is, I mean, as you saw there, pretty useful. I would say it's not that good though. Also, the rest can be a problem. Like I don't have the luxury of not playing it though, unless I play Kaito, and I can discard it. But I feel like it's useful. It does protect Shield Red, so take Larbuck. Winning game one on the draw is probably the biggest leg up you could ask for. That's good turn one. Good mana. No pain land. It's fine. Yeah, I would tend to want to develop here, but it could be wrong. I was definitely not wrong. Oh, that is a little bit annoying. Is that just gonna solo me? Most likely, yes. Not my favorite situation. I can kind of race it, I guess. The Trespasser gives me a little bit of room. The Kaito gives me a little bit of room. So they're getting 2 dragons? Now I can't. I was gonna say I could also just disable the attack, but not possible anymore. Like worst case scenario. Also, yeah, I cut most of my removal against 4/4s. Don't really have much going on. Could bounce one. Could disable the attack on both. Does it? I don't know. I'm probably just gonna lose this. Could go to knight. Still have plays. Kinda. They might not be the best, but they are plays. Land is good.
Relax. I'm here to help. That should be enough of a distraction.
Interesting proposition. Kaito is pretty good here, but I don't know if it's good enough. Might be. Yeah, 2 damage is fine. It's not so good. Oh, I take no damage. Okay, that is pretty good. Also, I should have probably flipped.
Too slow.
But I kind of want to... Yeah, I'm okay with attacking actually here. This is pretty good. Do I set up the fairy?
I've got a good feeling
Or
about
do I set up
this.
the underdog? Underdog is more damage, which I think is more relevant here. Also, it is a blocker. You never know. Grounded blocker.
Of
Not my
course you should
favorite.
fight fire with fire. You should
Not the
fight
worst.
everything with fire.
Kaito is kind of farming though. I'm gonna be honest. That is pretty good.
Get out there.
Okay, they have two
Blaze a
blockers now.
path.
I'll handle this one.
Nah, I would definitely want that connection if they trade. Oh, they got Marex as well. IG just means I guess. Why would it mean anything else?
Stay alert. Something's up. Let's show these scrapheads what real tech can do.
Kaito.
Go on. Impress me.
Literally soloed the entire match. That's impressive. It makes me want to go back to 2 total.
I can run circles around you.
It's just very good to have a 2-drop that you keep attacking with, and then eventually, I mean, you'll always get the 2 activations, and you can replay it for 2, so it's basically like paying 2 mana to reactivate Kaito. That's worth a lot, I think. 2 mana draw a card, or 2 mana deactivate another creature, which is pretty good.
Hope you're ready for some. Bet you can't catch us.
Yeah. Celestis is mildly annoying. I'm thinking Make This Spirit is annoying as well.
There's no secret I can't uncover.
But I have Underdog, which is not bad. As long as they can't deal with that, I think I might be okay. I don't know about that. Hopefully, I don't know. That might be a bad sign. I don't know. Something might be happening with that.
Now this is a juicy sight.
That's fine. And they did sorcery speed, so they're not even getting the flip, which is fantastic. They were just scared of
Try
a
again later.
little bit too scared. Uh, I can't play around Make Disappear, I guess. So, this is what it is. Yeah, they were playing on Counterspell, which makes sense. That's not good. Could have just kept going on the underdog train. I was hoping they would just not have an answer to that. This is not a huge problem, though. Did I beat the final boss on Wild Frost? Yep. Surprisingly. Okay, no interaction. They're just flipping. It's not like I have that much going on either, though. Decent. I don't want to flip. Yeah, they have nothing. I'm not going to flip. I don't really want to commit into Sunfall anyways. Okay, we're staying Knight, which is fantastic. Okay, nothing again. Now I can actually start Marexing as well. A little bit too many lands. It's definitely an Atraxa deck, which is unfortunate. That is unfortunate as well. Actually, no, that's fine.
A more impressive enemy. I'll keep watch.
I want to keep them on nighttime, right? But the one extra damage is so valuable. I could also do it on upkeep, but I feel like that's a risk I'm not worth taking at all, so it's not something I'm willing to risk here. I'll just flip it, whatever. It's fine. Oh wait, they're dead. They have two creatures. They're playing creatures to their own detriment at this point. I just always assume that there's no day-night cycle going, but Celestis actually worked out. They do have creatures with menace. Lily versus spot removal is the question. I think Lily is better. I mean, nobody plays Celestis and day-night creatures because they're creatures. That's the entire... Usually if you're playing Celestis, you don't want creatures. Yeah. That's okay. Ooh. I like that. I definitely appreciate that. It's looking pretty good for me. It's fine. Thankfully I kept some Lily. That's a fantastic top deck.
A fight? And you
It's
think
probably game.
one of your friends has to
I guess I
leave?
should have expected them to run Shield Red. And just, that is so, oh my god, absolutely just demolished. Absolute beatdown. And I have the combo too. Free card advantage forever. Not that I'm gonna actually do it. Well, I mean, I will do it.
Don't overthink things.
Yep. Yeah, either play the card or I discard it. Infinite lock on that. I should definitely not cut Lily when I see any amount of creatures. It's too important. Yeah. I would play 400 dog if I could. There's no downside. The downside is that it costs a slot, which is... I'm on the fence. Fairy Mastermind is definitely good because it has flash. So there is that. Very good draws. Very important draws. Probably Trespass round 3 though. I'm not going to be too happy about that. Who could have guessed that was going to happen every time? Surprising though to see Rakdos in this economy.
This fight is already over.
That was a good draw. Gives me an answer to Shielded, which was... That was a good draw, but also annoying because I could have used that to sacrifice against Trespasser, but can't get everything you want. Is what it is.
I'll handle this one.
And people are saying Rakdos is still good. I don't think Rakdos is better than Dimir now. I don't think there's anything in red that would make it so. Ooh. Wow. That's unfortunate if it is what I think it is. It's very unlucky.
I'm
I
sure
wasn't
we'll laugh
expecting that
about this
because
later.
they went double creature. Now we're even again, which is definitely not good.
Mission. I've got all kinds of
That was just unfortunate. Harvester's still broken. I guess there is, yeah, there is still the most broken 2-drop in the game. So, you know, that's definitely an argument to play Rakdos. And Brother's End is really good too, so. That's two things that Dimir lacks. Is a good 2-drop, like a really good 2-drop, and a sweeper. So it does have that. I probably shouldn't play that first, but if they have a removal spell, they're gonna cast it anyways.
what you know about the race.
Sacrifices must be made.
Alright, we're still in it. Still got decent things going on. That's a really good draw, and that's gonna line up pretty well. Although they will get the underdog out this turn as well, so hopefully I draw land. Actually, if I draw land, it's over, I think. Okay. Interesting, they wouldn't go for underdog there when it gives them 2 cards, basically, because it denies me a card. But it's a better play into Lily. I would still say it's not a good play, but... like, it is pretty pressing that I'm drawing another card off of this for them. Oh, and that is not the good timing for that. But now I know why they wanted to play Trespasser, but it's still not better than play underdog.
I know something you don't know.
Plussing does lose me a card, but also puts Lily at 2, which makes it, it turns it into a threat, and I don't really need to play that land out. Let's go! Sneaky, sneaky. Broken. It's funny, they can't answer to... oh, God. Wait, actually, that's fine. Oh my God, they're attacking too. They can't attack there. But too late now. I was gonna say, if they don't attack, it's actually kind of annoying because I have to bounce, which is definitely not ideal. But now I just don't care anymore. 2 for 1.
Bigger fine. I'll take my zombie. One of your friends has to leave.
More land. Not exactly what I'm looking forward to, but yeah, is what it is. Free protection spell. Morex though, that's a new addition since they don't have to play. So no invoke means that Morex is definitely available, and that is actually pretty annoying for most control decks. So I feel like Field of Ruin should make a comeback pretty soon in some deck. I think Fairy Mastermind is absolutely terrible in this matchup, but so is Underdog to some extent. They're all a little bit not so good. If I there are multiple avenues to attack them from. I think the duress plan is interesting. Probably cut a few cut downs, maybe a few underdogs. Go for like the control matchup basically. Could work. I also don't think Make the Spear is that good, but Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the shield red approach. Just do that. Maybe Fairy Mastermind. Look, underdog has more value. I'm seeing Rakdos move to Reanimator. Yeah, they have to. Which is why I'm surprised there. I'm pretty sure my opponent is not doing that. This is a terrible hand. It could be okay, but only if they're very reactive, and I don't think that's possible on the play. I mean, it is possible. It's just unless they can't. They have to keep a bad 7, kind of like me. Where if I keep this 7, I have to hope that their hand is really bad as well, like a same 5-lander kind of. Because then I have an answer for a 2-drop, and then I have a 3-drop, and if they don't also have a 3-drop, it could be okay. It's a lot of ifs though. Shield red is just the best black card versus mono red. I don't agree with that. Trespasser is the best. Shelly can sometimes not gain you any life. Trespassers ETB gain life, and also they have to spend 2 cards to get rid of it. It makes all your other cards much better. All your other creatures much better. But Shield Red can take over the game, but it can take over the game against just about anything, so that's not really... Yeah. And especially now when Mono Red is playing more 5 damage spells than ever before with the Nahiri's Warcrafting or whatever. It's definitely less useful, I think, than Trespasser. Trespasser has always been like really top tier. Also deals with graveyard stuff like the adversary can grab some spells if you're ahead, and also you can grab the 2/2 haste for 3 in the graveyard, squee or whatever. But yeah, it can take over the game. But it can take over the game against just about any deck, so it's not exclusive to Mono Red. It's just good because it gains life, but... Oh, that's not looking good for me. Not with this hand. Actually, I don't know. The problem is they're playing everything first, so I'm losing this because I have no 3-drop, and I still didn't draw a 3-drop. Yeah, that's over. I did not draw that well, and they had a very aggressive hand. No Lily, like Lily would have been game over. Oh, they did not play Shield Red, which is pretty good for me, I would say. That gives me a small chance. That's fine. Very small chance. But the chance is there. They had to play Shield Red there. I don't know what they were doing. They play Shield Red there, I just lose because I have to trade. But now I don't have to trade. And now I get the urge. So I managed to stabilize because they basically allowed me to flip the the advantage by not playing their 4-drop on turn 4, which allowed me to play my 4-drop before them, essentially losing them the game there. Pretty unfortunate. Well, actually, they can still win if they get lucky, but that was such a huge throw that it's going to be difficult because they have to find a removal spell. That's not it, but that is pretty good. Most likely not good enough, though. They can't activate that anytime soon. I don't really care about the menace because they can't race. A little bit of weird synergy between these two, though. Anti-synergy, you could say. First time I cast this, I forgot it had a restriction. I'm sure they're reading that now. What's my favorite card in the game? Growth Spiral, probably. Something like that. Now I can double block that. And they're taking giga damage. That's a lesson in tempo and mana efficiency. Usually especially if you have the knowledge that your opponent also has shield red. I guess in some situations against control, it could be argued that it's better to not play shield either because it's less vulnerable to removal to play a trespasser. But if you're against a deck that also has shield red and you don't have an answer to it, you have to get the tempo going first, as if they don't have an answer, you can just snowball the game immediately. And if they do have an answer, well, that's still fine. Because if they play shield red, then you still have to play your shield red, but then it gives them even more time. So it's not good. The earlier the better for shield red. In situations where you can't answer a blocker like itself. If you enjoy my content and would like to help me keep making it, consider supporting me over on Patreon, where you're going to access to a bunch of bonus videos, as well as other rewards depending on the tiers. And thank you so much to all the lovely patrons that are already subscribed. I appreciate it very much. And I will see you all in the next video.